Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back here again with another video. It's your boy Stones. How's it going, everyone? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today, guys, I want to share some experiences that I had with astral projection and how you can do that too. So, obviously, astral projection, for you guys that don't know, that are just watching my channel and are like, what the hell is that? What is he talking about? Or maybe I heard about this, but I don't know what this is. It's kind of like some weird stuff. Let me talk to you guys about it. So, I've heard about astral projecting for like a little minute, right? I think for like a few years now, but I never really went too deep into it. Why? Because I was kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. So astral projection, basically what it is it's when you go to sleep, or I guess if you meditate, it doesn't even need necessarily to be sleeping, but essentially it's when your body and your mind goes to sleep, and your soul keeps that awareness, and you can literally like leave your body and explore the world and the we'll call it like the astral plane. That's what we'll call it, which is kind of like the ghost world, or like the dream world, whatever you want to call it. There's different names for it, but it's essentially the same thing. It's the other side, like the spiritual side beyond the physical material world. So the cool thing about astral projection is you can do a lot of cool things, guys. You can do a lot of cool shit. So let me tell you guys some of the cool stuff you can do, right? So first things first, you can visit past lives. You can literally see yourself, like past lives of yourself. And again, if you're religious, if you don't believe in reincarnation, all that, it's fine. I'm just sharing my experiences and basically what the deal is, right? So you can literally find yourself like your old self, right? That's one cool thing you can do. You can go talk to God. You can go talk to your angels. You can fly. You can also do just cool stuff. Fly. You can grow wings and fly. Fly is super cool, guys. Flying is amazing. You can teleport. You can travel any country you want. You can meet with anybody you want. There's a lot of cool things you can do. Obviously, there's like more introspective type of work that you can do, which is like, again, you can talk to like dead family members. You can basically talk to anybody in history, because at the end of the day, anything that you want to happen can happen there, because there's no physical limitation. Everything that you can think of will just instantly pop into thin air, and you can see everything. And everything I'm telling you here, you guys might be like, yo, what kind of drug did you take? Boys, hear me out. I know it's kind of trippy, it's kind of weird, but bear with me. When you go through those experiences, you start to realize how crazy it is, because everything is so vivid. It's so vivid. Like when you're actually doing it, right? When you're walking out of your body, and you're walking down, like you see the steps while you're walking the steps, it just feels like real life. It feels one-to-one, like you're in the real world. Sometimes like a little bit glitchy, like you have some little like things don't look exactly the same. For example, like you see your house, right? When you're in the astral plane, you might see your house but like distorted a little bit. Maybe the staircase is like set in like a different manner, right? Or maybe the couch is like placed somewhere else. Or maybe once you go down like a set of stairs, you might be like teleported to like another room somewhere else from your distance memory, or some other, just like another room basically, or an outside, it doesn't matter, anything. So what I want to get to, right? So anyway, so I'm going to talk about my experiences, right? I've been rumbling it a little bit too long. So astral projection. So in my past, I had a couple of weird things that happened to me, which I never could fully explain. So back when I was about like 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old. Yeah, something like that. At the time I was living in LA. I think it was for 6 months. And I was sharing a bedroom with my sister. And so I was sleeping, and then all of a sudden I woke up and I saw this squirrel in my room, right? Now hear me out, the story is kind of crazy. And the squirrel, right, I stared at it and I was like, yo, like, this fucking squirrel, like, what the fuck is it doing there? And then the squirrel literally jumped at me, scratched me, and then I woke up a second time, and then I had the scratch on me. And I could never fully explain, like, what had happened to me then, because I was like, first of all, why the fuck was there a squirrel in the room? Second of all, why did it just attack me? And how did I get a scratch? So in my mind, I was like, all right, maybe I was just dreaming, even though it seemed very vivid. I was like, maybe I'm just dreaming, right? But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but how did I get scratched? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? So in conclusion, basically what happened is I got stuck in sleep paralysis. right? So I woke up. It's when you wake up. Again, it's like same thing as astral projecting. You're waking up. You're stuck in your body. You can't move your body because your body is completely asleep. Your mind is asleep as well, but your consciousness is awake. So I was conscious. I saw, I looked around the room. I saw the squirrel, aka I imagined that squirrel in the astral plane. And then I imagining that squirrel like jumping at me and attacking me. And the scratch, I'm guessing, this is the way, the conclusion that I came up with is, as I woke up, like, oh shit, the squirrel attacked me, maybe I scratched myself like in the side of the bed or like the nightstand or something like that. That might be the explanation. But I'm not fully sure yet 100%, but I think this is the most logical conclusion I can come up with. But anyways, it's just to say that was like my first weird experience with this whole sleep paralysis / astral projection, type of deal. And then fast forward many years later, that was back in 2019. I was in a hotel room. I think it was in Thailand. I woke up basically, and then I could feel my body, like my soul, literally like leaving my body, like getting detached from my body, like being pulled out of my body. And I remember I was so scared. I was like, no. Come back. I'm not leaving. Because I was literally thinking I was dying. I was like, no, this is not good. I'm dying. So I pulled my soul back into my body. Some way, somehow. I don't know how. And then I just woke up again a second time. And then that was the weirdest feeling, right? That was like the craziest type of scenario. I really thought that I was dying at that point. And then fast forward again. And then I started to really understand, like, doing research, reading about, astral projecting, okay, what it is. And, with the whole spiritual stuff, right? And then I learned that, okay, so all these experiences that I had in the past were pretty much like astral projections, right? So then that's when I was like, all right, you know what? Now that I know what it is, if that ever happens to me again, I'm just going to let it be. So that's exactly what I did. So fast forward, many months later, because I've been trying to, astral project, but it's just difficult, right? When you try, you don't know what to do. I ended up succeeding where I woke up, right? I woke up out of my body. Not out of my body, sorry. I woke up like sleep paralysis, right? So I opened my eyes, couldn't move my body, and I was like, all right. And then I was like, all right, let me try and get up. When you try to imagine yourself getting up, you're not getting up because your instinct is to move your arm, move your body. But when you're in that state, you cannot move anything. The way you move is you have to imagine, you have to think of yourself moving. And when you do that, that's when it works. So your mind is the thing that controls your body in order to leave your body. So that's what I did. So I ended up like controlling, like, all right, I'm gonna get out of my body, and I did. And then now I'm gonna walk out of my room, which I did. Now I'm gonna walk down the stairs, which I did. And then as I'm doing this, everything is so lucid, guys. It's so lucid. It's crazy. So I started walking out of my room. And then after that, I was like, oh, you know what? Now let me try and fly. So then I imagined I started flying, and I started flying over like my neighborhood pretty much. And then from there, I like teleported to like a random like center, like not a center, like a shopping mall. And I started flying the shopping mall, and then I started talking to like a girl, I guess. I don't remember what I said to her. I think I asked for like directions or something. And then she kind of looked at me like, oh, okay, and then didn't say anything. And then after that, I teleported back to my house, and then I somehow woke up then. Like, I don't know what happened, but I just woke up. And that's kind of like the first time I really like astral projected. Nothing crazy, but the whole like scenario, right? The whole thing that happened was just so surreal that for me, I was like, yeah, I have to do it again. But then I got scared. Why did I get scared? Because I started reading online, like sleep paralysis and stuff, and then they always talk about demons, like bad experiences where you wake up and then you just imagine like a demon coming to you and then, hurting you, and people like being traumatized with this stuff. And in my mind, I was like, dang, I would not want that to happen to me. I don't want to wake up and having like a freaking demon coming up to me and like touching me and stuff. So I got kind of scared. So for many months afterwards, like, even though I wanted to try and get to that stage again, I just couldn't do it because every time I'm like, nah, you know what? I don't want to fuck with those demons. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to fuck with those demons. I don't want to know anything about those demons. I just want to chill. Just have a nice night's sleep, and that's it. But it happened again. And that time it was kind of weird because I felt my body leaving again, like my soul leaving my body again. So I was sleeping right on the side this time. And oh yeah, fun fact, let me tell you guys something. I forgot how to do it. So in order to really do it, if you want to do it even tonight, what you need to do is simple. The first thing you need to do is you need to set an alarm like 4 or 5 hours after you go to bed. So basically, set an alarm 4 or 5 hours after you go to sleep. You go to sleep, the alarm is gonna wake you up, and then whenever you wake up, if you're really fucked, like when you know that feeling when you wake up and you're like really fucked, you're like, dang, like you're just exhausted, you're like, dang, I don't want to do anything, like you just want to go back to sleep. That's perfect. That's the mode you want to be in. You want to be like completely tired, tired, and then you want to basically stay awake, like I guess like 15 minutes. Maybe, I don't know, go to work, go take a piss, get up. If you don't want to get up, then maybe go on your phone a little bit, scroll a little bit, you know, just stay awake for like 15 minutes, just so that your mind kind of wakes up a little bit, but not to the point where, you know, it's like an hour, 2 hours, you know, awake, and then you're like, you know, you're not tired anymore. You still want to be tired, but you want to just be aware of what's going on, right? And then once those 10, 15 minutes go by, and then you're like, all right, now let me go back to sleep, then what you can do, so there's two choices. Either if you really want to like assure that you go into the stage, pull up a playlist on YouTube, like binaural beats or like astral projection music, and then put your AirPods on or your headphones, whatever you have, and start listening to those beats, and then go back to sleep basically, while listening to the audio, right? And then what that's gonna do is like it has like a better probability of making you get into that stage in your brain, like a perfect scenario where you basically wake up while your body falls asleep. That's basically what you want to do, and that's basically how you can do it. And it's amazing because you'll know something is going on when you feel those like goosebumps. It's like very strong goosebumps that you're gonna get, like very, very strong goosebumps, like a crazy vibration. Boom, and then you feel like a detachment. And as soon as the detachment feeling happens, that's when you're set. That's when you can leave your body. That's when your body's fully asleep, but your mind is awake. So that's kind of like what you can do. And I guess you can also do that while meditating, right? I think if you meditate for like long enough, at some point you can just detach yourself. I haven't been able to do that myself. I have to kind of use the sleep paralysis hack in order to go to the other realm. But yeah, that's basically the essence of how to do it. So anyways, so once you do that, then you can do a lot of crazy shit. Again, if you want to know about yourself, you have like particular questions, you can do that. You just have to get into that stage so you can explore the astral projection world and find those answers for yourself, whatever it is. And the only thing you have to make sure, because it is difficult sometimes, especially if you're not used to it, you might just teleport back to your body a lot of times. And don't freak out. Just take time, and you really need to have intention on what you want to do. So before you even astral project, you need to ask yourself, okay, what do I want to do, right? Do I just want to fly, fuck around, have fun? You can. Do I want to find the meaning of life? You can. Do I want to talk to my old self or see my old lives? You can. But you really need to train, because you can do it in the first try, but I think it really takes a lot of tries and a lot of experience on that stage to really be able to do it. Because now, a lot of times now, I just straight up lucid dreams, which I was never able to do it before, but because of those experiences of sleep paralysis into astral projection, now a lot of times I'm just dreaming and I'm just like, wait, this is a dream, right? And I'm just waking up in the middle of a dream. So, and that turns into like a lucid dream. So, it's really cool, and it's something really important, because I feel like the more you do it, the more it connects you spiritually. And this will give you more power overall in real life or the physical world. It's going to give you more power because you're more in tune to the spiritual side. And that's going to really help with anything you want to do in the physical world. Some examples of this, for example, if you want to manifest something, right? You want to manifest a specific thing in your life, like a physical item. So I mean, this will be like a topic for another video, so I cannot just go over this like real quick, but just an example. Let's say, for example, you want a house, right? You want a crib. You're like, all right, you know what? I want to purchase a crib. I want this house, blah, blah, blah. So what your mind is going to do is going to imagine that crib, that house. So in the astral plane, you already have that house technically, because you already have it in your mind. In the physical world, you don't have it. Now, bear with me. I know this sounds crazy, but bear with me. The reason why you don't have it in the physical world, but you do have it in the astral world, is because the astral world, there's no mass. There's no like physical mass, things that need to move around in order to pop out. In the spiritual world, the astral plane, it just, as soon as you imagine it, you have it. So in order to get it, then you just need to obviously keep trusting the process in the physical world until you get it. However, when you do astral projection, the crazy thing is you get to see that house, right? It's not just imagining it, you get to walk in it, right? You're in your dream, right? You leave your body and you go walk into the house that you want. You get inside of it, you walk into it, you feel it, and then you're like, all right, this is real. It's not just some imagination, this is some real deal. This is the house, it's crazy, right? And then whenever you go back to the real world, just that experience alone is very hard to describe because you really have to do it for yourself. But that experience alone is gonna give you so much clarity and so much more confidence on like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen. This is gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. Don't focus about the means. Things are gonna develop naturally, right? In order for you to get what you want. But I feel like astral projection, it really just puts you like, I don't know how to describe it, guys. It really just emphasizes this energy and this clarity, mental clarity of, okay, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like why I believe that astral projecting is, first of all, it's really cool. Second of all, I think it's important if you can apply it specifically for specific things. And third of all, it really just, it's a flex, guys. Like being able to just say to somebody, yo, I left my body last night, you know, I went flying, and some people are looking at you like, what the hell? What's wrong with you, you know? So yeah, guys, so that's basically it. This is kind of like my whole experience with astral projection, you know, and all of this stuff. I hope, you know, it brings some clarity to you guys. And if you guys think I'm crazy, I am crazy. It's all good. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, go ahead and drop a comment down. Let me know what you guys liked about this video and if it helped you at all. And let me know if you guys are gonna try astral projection tonight. And yeah, that's about it. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.